Claude just made everyone a developer, even my mate Mike.
AI.
AIs.
AI.
My mate Mike just WhatsApped me saying he's a coder now. This dude didn't even go to uni. And to be fair, neither did half the people Claude is impacting. Here's what's happened. Anthropic, the company behind Claude, has just released a new feature that lets anyone build AI apps without writing a single line of code. You literally talk to it, tell it what you want, and it builds a working app right there in front of you, embedded in your terminal. You can say things like, build me an expense tracker that summarizes receipts, or create a project dashboard that updates from my notes. And Claude just, well, does it. So now Mike, who usually breaks Excel when he opens it, thinks he's a full stack developer. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's call him. Let's try bring him into this chat and see what he actually thinks.
I have built my growth strategy for 2026 off the back of our data from 2025 and the projections for 2026, and then different scenarios that might play out on what's achievable, what's not achievable, how we're going to get there, a full quarterly targets, monthly timelines, event strategies, team plans, etc.
Sounds like quite a lot, mate. So would you say you're a bit of a coder now, mate?
Well, I would say after listening to all of your
Oh, there you go.
your YouTube videos and LinkedIn's, it's inspired me. No, I would say I'm much of a coder, but I've had a lot of patience and used it as a very much a beginner, and found if you understand the language and what you're trying to build and use it, then it's come up with some much better results than I could have done without using it, put it that way.
Yeah, fair enough. So you're like the next Elon Musk, mate, basically.
Yeah, I would. Well, that's what people are saying anyway, but yeah, I would. One step at a time, but that's what people are saying.
Yeah, mate, because we're doing like a little video about how like anyone can just access AI now and start building out their own kind of, like you said, right, your own strategies or your own little apps and whatnot. So you're my demo kid, so I was taking the mickey out of you a little bit, but now you've actually proven you're actually using it, so fair enough.
Yeah, I am. Basically what I did, I'll give you like a 30-second summary of what I did.
Go for it.
Firstly, apart from getting all the data, you need the accurate data, right, to get the numbers and stuff like that. That's probably the trickiest bit. So utilizing your CRMs or whatever that might be.
Yeah.
And then I essentially what I've learned is prompting is just absolute king. So when I first started, if you just go, I'm building a strategy for 2026, here's X, Y, and Z, and you do a really small prompt, it's obviously not going to be very good. Yeah. So what I ended up doing, I've been like, oh, maybe I voice note you, and then as you just get carried away, I just was voice noting into ChatGPT, using like agent mode and all of that, and just completely did a huge prompt, then allow it to make it all pretty and nice. I put it into a Google Doc, added numbers, different bits of data, then put it into Claude, and then every time I've just gone, I need to make these changes or this changes, and it comes back with a huge amount of questions, and then you essentially just answer each question and just keep improving every time. You need a lot of patience, I think. Yeah. But once you do it like that, yeah, that's essentially where it started and how I've come to an end in a very short period of time with a pretty good result.
Yeah, mate, it's quite a good tip actually, because it's like the whole basically you're using another large language model to help build your prompt so that you then put that into another one so it's effective. It's a little whiz kind of tip for everyone. Yeah, so just spoke to Mike there, right? And it just gives you an example about how someone, like, as much as I took the mickey out of him, can use AI really efficiently in their day-to-day and can just embrace it and start to actually do all this quite cool stuff. And we joked about it, but he literally is running his own like mini startup and really using it to make his job more efficient. And they're literally off right to Budapest for 4 days to learn about LLMs, etc. So this right here is the future. You don't need to go to uni, learn Python or even open VS Code. You just need to talk to your AI like he's doing. And that's the real story. We've moved from kind of chatbots to platforms, from AI that answers your questions to AI that builds for your need. For businesses, this just changes everything. It means your finance analyst, your HR lead, your marketing exec, your Mike, they can create tools to make their jobs so much easier. They don't have to wait 3 months for IT to prioritize their requests or wait for the next app release. It's kind of the shift from centralized AI to distribution creation. And that's where the real transformation happens. When people closest to the problem can build the solution. But then again, that's going to probably create a leadership challenge here too. So the lessons for you is, if everyone can build apps, who owns them? How do you manage security, data, and duplication when everyone's spinning up their own tools? And that's where the next wave of AI roles come in. AI platform owners, enablement leads, governance managers, people will make sure this creativity doesn't turn into chaos. And I've seen it firsthand. In one finance team I worked with, everyone had great ideas, but zero bandwidth from IT. They'd submit tickets that sat in queues for weeks. Tools like Copilot, Claude, changed that overnight, right? So yeah, Mike might be half joking when he calls himself, the next Elon Musk. But honestly, he's not wrong. The definition of coder just changed. We used to teach people how to write code, then we taught them how to prompt AI. Now we're teaching them how to create with them, and that's the future. Not just using AI to get answers, but using it to kind of build out your own tools, automate your jobs, and solve problems faster than ever. If my mate Mike, in the nicest way, can do it from his phone, imagine what your whole business could do. AI isn't replacing people, it's turning everyone into a builder. And the ones who can lean into that, the ones who can lead into that next wave, who can jump on that plane to Budapest for 4-day hackathons, they're the ones who are going to win. So start embracing it. Check out my newsletter to see how you could actually get started in this next phase of Claude, because I'm going to be coaching Mike in the next few weeks.